Karyn Bryant for MMA Heat. I'm here with Holm, who's facing Rocky Pennington at UFC 184. And, it's your first official UFC fight week, and you had your open workouts yesterday. How'd you feel about going through that whole process?
I'm just taking one day at a time. I don't even know what really to expect when I get there. I just figure, stressing about it is no big, why do that? Why waste energy on that? Just when I get there, just go with it.
How different is it, though? I mean, certainly you've been through so many title fights in boxing. Is there a sense that things are different, though, now that you're in the UFC?
It is different. There's a lot to do, but there's been times that I've had there's been fights, a select few fights in my boxing career where there's been a lot of attention on it. I fought on Fox Sports Net and ESPN too, and pay-per-view, and so times like that there was more involved, but I just didn't have to do it all the time. So.
Well, you bring up a good point. I actually used to work for Showtime Championship Boxing for 3.5 years, and never did I get to do a woman's fight during that time. I would imagine there's a sense that of, relief, elation, excitement that a women's fight is getting so much attention now, where you have already been doing that for so long, but now it's finally coming to the point where we're paying a lot more attention. Does that feel a sense of satisfaction?
It does. It feels a sense of satisfaction, but it also carries its own weight. We want to be here. We want to be, acknowledged, and we work very hard, just as the guys, just as many hours. So, but we also need to make that worth something. I don't want this opportunity to pass by without making it worth something. I want it to be a good show. I want it to be for a good reason.
Are you at all, obviously most fighters don't want to look ahead, but everybody's already trying to talk about you going for a title fight. How realistic is that in your mind, that you could go from a fight with Rocky into a title fight? Or how many fights would you like before getting there?
I never pick a fight, and I never pick a plan, so I really can't look past just my fight with Raquel Pennington. Even coming into the UFC, they said, well, what, for your first fight, who do you think you'd want to fight? I don't know. Just tell me who, because I figure the one time that I actually pick the opponent is when I'll get my butt handed to me. I feel like that's just how it goes. So just hand me what it is, and I want to make the best of it and take the challenge. I would like experience before stepping in for a title fight, but if they told me this is just the way it has to be, well, then I would just change my mental state and stay focused on it.
Ronda can be a divisive champion. Some people think she's fantastic. Other people think she's too cocky and just don't like her attitude. Where do you stand?
I admire her. I think she's done great. I think that every woman in this sport actually owes her a bit of respect, because she's done a lot to help it get to where it's at. And, any kind of fight and any kind of fighter has certain ways to get up for a fight. I bet you behind closed doors she's not quite as feisty as she shows on camera.
Well, behind closed doors, you used to live with Bryant Stann. Now, I saw some Twitter action on this, and I love picking on Bryant at Fox. If people don't know, he's called the Stanwich when you guys were roommates. And what is the genesis of that nickname, and why does he hate it so much? Because the more he admits he hates it, the more we use it.
Absolutely, and I like that. I take pride in this. Because there's even a move that we do at the gym that Greg has named the Stanwich, because he used to do it. So it is really taken on.
And what is that move?
So I can't tell you. I can't tell you the move.
Well, Brian's retired. It's all good. It's just between us girls.
Though, because
I see
coach will say the Stanwich in a fight can't disclose that.
But it does. You're right.
But it was a move he could do well, and the guy he loves sandwiches. That's all it came down to. And every time he'd be like, what are you going to eat? Oh, I'm just going to eat a sandwich. Oh, I'm just going to make a sandwich. It was like omelets for breakfast and sandwiches for lunch and dinner. So I started calling him the Stanwich.
Well, it stuck, and I love it, and I thank you for that. I needed to come over here and say thank you in person. Best of luck in your debut fight with Rocky.
Thank you so much.